What is the Ashington District Star? It is a new local newspaper come photographic journal about Ashington and the district of Ashington. I first visited Ashington a couple of years ago when I had an exhibition there, and I came across the famous paintings that are in the museum, made by miners from 1934 until about 1960. And from that moment then I thought, even though the exhibition I had at the time wasn't related to those, I thought I'd love to be working in Ashington with those paintings. And with the inception of BAIT and all of the projects that they're starting up, I was able to sort of have a conversation with them about ways that I could start doing that. And in the first instance, I began to look at the paintings and then make contemporary photographs around Ashington based on those paintings. But one of the most important things about photography for me is that it introduces me to people. Photography for me is a social art form. All of my work is about people, and so I need to meet people to photograph people, I need to talk to people to photograph them. And then I was trying to think of a way to move the project forward, and I thought about maybe engaging with all of these people I was meeting in a process of talking about how I should photograph things and what things I should photograph, and then even going further, asking and encouraging people to make pictures themselves. And this developed into an idea to produce a new newspaper for Ashington, because it doesn't have one. It hasn't had one for something like 50 years. There are a couple of publications locally, notably A Creeful of Coals, a fantastic thing, but all about the past and about people's recollections and memories. Very important stuff, but not about Ashington now. And so I got together with various people, including people from Northumberland College, other people who had responded to appeals I sent out for people who are interested in photography, and let's run through the process of the pictures. So this is the logo for the Ashington District Star. Yeah, we take our inspiration from the Ashington Group painters, miners who became famous for the way they explored their everyday lives, their surroundings and their culture through art. So this is the thing, the Ashington District Star, it's not about, let's say, sunsets around Ashington across the, or around the seascapes of New Biggin. It's about people's everyday lives, a bit like the Ashington Group painters painted their everyday lives. This is the first meeting of what we call ourselves the editorial team of the Ashington District Star. This is the first meeting. It was in a club in Ashington. And we've had probably about 10 meetings over the course of the last 3 or 4 months. We've had long editorial discussions about what should be on the cover, and in the end we decided that it would be beautiful to have a newborn baby on the cover. The idea is that this suggests that the Ashington District Star is about the future, because I think when you look at a brand new baby, it forces you to think about the future rather than the past. And then you turn the page and you have a picture of the new Axo Nobel paint plant. So it's a new bit of industry coming into Ashington. And then this is a picture of a guy I met on an allotment, doesn't want to be named, because apparently it was illegal to have your photograph taken underground. But he gave me that picture, and one of the things we want to do is to use the Ashington District Star to tell people that these kind of pictures, the pictures that people have in their homes, are really beautiful, really important, and every issue of the newspaper will feature a double-page spread from somebody's photo album, or maybe a whole picture of somebody's photo album. And then here we have just a beautiful picture of everyday life. It's a couple of kids in the back of the car coming back from the beach on a summer's day, made by one of the editorial team. And here a little bit of social reportage, really. This is a collaboration with the Ashington, or the Wansbeck Valley Food Bank, and this is laid out on the table what a single adult receives from the food bank when they need help from the food bank. So this is a supply that's supposed to last them for 3 days. Here we have a new housing estate near the hospital in Ashington. And here in the centrefold of every issue of the newspaper is one of the paintings from the Ashington Group collection. And there you have a photograph of contemporary Ashington that is based on that painting. So what I've done is I've looked for a contemporary view which is reminiscent of the past but which shows Ashington today. Budding gymnasts. And this is actually a wake in the Castle Inn. The Chip Inn, I think many of you who live in Ashington will know it. And this is the open mic night at the YMCA. And this gentleman was born exactly to the day 100 years before the baby that was on the front of the newspaper. So he was 100 years old on the same day that the baby boy on the front page was born. And so when people hopefully when you see people in Ashington looking at this paper, they'll be holding the paper open and you'll see the 100 years displayed for you like that. Now, it's been one of the joys of it has been all of the discussions about which pictures should be in the newspaper, which pictures shouldn't be in the newspaper. Lots of interesting discussions have been had. The real pleasure of it actually is as much to do with those discussions as it is with taking the pictures. There will be 4 editions of the newspaper over the next 9 months. It's about people from this area exploring their own surroundings in a creative way.